Hi guys, this is Andy from Nismo Tech UK. Today we're having a look at the Cougar CMX V3 850W PSU. Okay, so starting off with the front of the box. First thing that you're going to notice sort of is the colour scheme. Obviously it's a bright orange colour scheme. We've got the Cougar logo right up at the top here. It mentions that it's Haswell 4th generation, an image of the actual PSU, and again I'll see that's repeated there. 80 plus bronze, and the version that we have is the 850 watt. This is the CMX V3 version. It comes with a 3-year warranty, which is okay. Would be nice to see a 5-year warranty, but you know, it's not too much of an issue. This CPU should last a very long time. On the front here we do also have a couple of other sort of key features for which we'll have a look at when we come to look at the actual PSU itself. Information in foreign language on that side, and again on that side there. Branding up at the top and branding at the bottom, and then moving around to the back, obviously we've got a whole host of various different features and specifications. So the ones really to touch on are obviously the 80 plus bronze certificate, up to 88% efficiency. It features an ultra quiet and temperature controlled 140mm fan, so it's got a nice size fan in there. Low noise level, fan speed will automatically is governed by the actual temperature of the actual PSU. Supports multi-GPU technology as you would expect, with PCI Express 2.0 next generation graphic card with 8 6+2 pin PCIe connector. Highest durable and reliable 105°C Japanese main capacitors, and high performance at 40°C. And that's about it really for that. Also we have got a power chart here, and it also mentions the various different cables that come inside the box. Okay, so flipping the lid, as you can see everything comes reasonably quite well packaged. Down here we have got a Euro power cable. Obviously, you know, buying it in the UK you're going to get the relevant cable. We've got some cable ties, quite a good amount of that, and some screws as you would normally expect. Let's just pull that out and put that down to one side a moment. In here we have got flat black cables, which is a massive plus point. It's something that I really like, and obviously I think should be standard by now. Let's just take a close look at one of them. As you can see we have got the Cougar branding along there, very strong indeed. Also you've got various different coloured connections on it at the end, so we'll run through the various different cables in a moment, but as you can see there's a hell of a lot of them there. And we also have a quick installation guide. Obviously I assume it's going to have warranty information on there, various different specifications, and obviously the power table. So we'll leave that back in the box and we'll just pop that down over there and come on to the actual PSU itself. So as you can see it comes very well packaged within this sort of foam sort of shell, so we'll just take that off so we can actually have a look at the PSU. Also comes in a, I assume it's some form of like bag, but that's the actual PSU itself. So let's have a closer look. Okay, so this is the actual PSU itself. The first thing that you're going to notice is the colour of the PSU. It's sort of like a sort of darkish red. In some lights it does look to be a bit orange, but I think it looks absolutely stunning indeed. One of the best looking power supplies that I've seen. We've got the Cougar branding along the front here with CMX there. Sort of really nice design. Moving on to here we can see the 140mm fan behind this nice shaped, well designed fan grille with the Cougar badge right in the middle. Really love the look of this. On that side obviously we've got a lot of ventilation here. Obviously you've got your switch and obviously the power cord. Obviously the reversal logo on this side, so obviously depending what way you're going to mount the actual PSU. On the top Quite simple. So we've got the Cougar logo here. We've got a sort of power table, which obviously tell you how much power is being chucked out between the various different rails, and obviously the total wattage and the 80 plus bronze. Moving on to this side, we can also see the various different rails where you'd actually plug your SATA connectors, your graphics card power, also your PCIe power, etc. And then obviously we come on to these ones here, which obviously are the cables that are pre-built into the actual PSU. Obviously it's not a fully modular PSU. The only thing that I want to point out first of all, and it's probably something that you've noticed, is that these cables are not flat. Bit of a disappointment really. It would be extremely good. I mean, obviously with the 24 pin you're not going to really probably expect that to come flat, but the other cables here, there's no reason at all why they can't produce these to be flat cables like they have done with the rest. So that's slightly disappointing, if I'm honest. The 24 pin has got a hell of a reach. It's a very, very long cable indeed. Obviously by the time you sort of straighten that out, so fitting this into a full-size tower case shouldn't be too much of an issue. And then the ones that, the cables that are coming off here, obviously we've got your CPU power here and there, and also we have got your PCIe power connectors on that particular channel there. So let's now have a closer look at the actual cables, the flat cables that come with the PSU. Okay, so the first cable that we've got here, or the first two cables, obviously they're identical. So I'll just quickly flip that over. You can see they're quite long in length. Are your 6+2 pin PCIe graphics card cable. Obviously you can see it's quite rigid, but nice and flat. So to install this cable into your case is going to be a doddle, and obviously it's going to give you a very, very nice clean look. Also, you've got a red connector here for connecting into the relevant channel on the PSU. So we've ended up with 4 PCIe 6+2 power connectors from the actual PSU, which is quite good. The next one that we got here features 3 SATA power connections. There seems to be quite a nice space between the actual connectors, and then again rolling straight across to the main connector for the actual PSU. The next one that we have is this little fella here, and this one features 4 SATA connectors. And the final cable is this one here, which features 3 Molex connectors. As you'll notice, there is no floppy drive connector with this particular PSU. Okay, so what I want to do now is just basically show you the PSU sort of in operation as such, being powered on as I normally do. So I'll flip the switch. And I must say that is extremely quiet at the moment. Obviously it is temperature controlled, but there's a lot of air coming out of the actual back of the PSU itself. But apart from that, it looks quite nice. That fan seems to be going some speed at the moment, but like I said, there's a lot of air coming out of the back here, so that's a bit of a positive. What I'm going to do in it is just bring my microphone in a little bit closer, so that you guys can actually hear the sound hopefully a bit better. Okay, so I see that's running as standard with nothing connected to the actual PSU, and you can actually see how close the actual microphone is to the actual fan itself. Just bring that round a bit more. Very quiet indeed. So now on to some more technical information and my thoughts about the CMX V3 from Cougar. The OEM for the PSU is Heck CompuCase, which, although some of you may not have heard of, they are a very reputable brand indeed. They are linked to Cougar, so this is something that they've obviously worked on together. I do believe that they are actually a linked company. But that said, the unit is extremely well built and the exterior looks stunning. mainly down to the actual paintwork that is actually used on the PSU, but also the detail around the fan grille, which I personally like the look of. The unit does boast some of the best quality capacitors on the market from Panasonic and Capzon, and the unit also has an 80+ bronze certificate for its efficiency. Looking at the power table, we can see that there is 828 watts available for the graphics card to feed from. This is obviously very decent, and it's close to this particular unit's total power. There is also a total of 160 watts available for your other devices to run from as well. The internal fan is 140mm in size and can run up to 2,500 RPM, so it's definitely going to keep the internals very cool indeed. Although under a full load, I can imagine running at this sort of speeds you are going to notice noise level. Although I really like the sleeve modular cables, I can imagine in tight spaces it can be a little bit difficult to sort of implement and put cables into the relevant positions compared to other flat cable alternatives that are on the market. I'm still struggling to see why Cougar didn't implement these on the PCI cables that are non-modular from the PSU, as I think that would definitely make the PSU a lot more desirable to those that are looking for a clean build. If I was going to install this into my system, I would hide the non-modular cables away as best as I can and use the flat cables instead. Personally, I do like the actual look of the PSU. I think it looks absolutely stunning. Being installed into the majority of builds through a window, it would look absolutely fantastic. And I do like the black sleeved ribbon like modular cables as well. But like I said, I'm still struggling to find why Cougar didn't implement this on the other. But you know, it's their design at the end of the day. So I hope you like the overview and look at the Cougar CMX V3. Let me know what you think about the colour of the PSU. Would it suit your personal build? With that said, we look forward to seeing you in our next video. We hoped you liked our video review. If you did, then please leave a like, as well as any comments or questions you may have down below. Full details and specifications on this item can be found at our website, nismotech.com, along with all the links for purchasing if you wish. Also on our site you'll find our latest reviews and current giveaways, plus a lot more. We look forward to seeing you in our next review.